It was arranged by our parents, and we did a big party with the big rabbi to do the ceremony of the bar mitzvah.
And it was much more exciting or lavish than the bar mitzvahs usually are, because there was dancing and there was filming.
Core of the community.
Things really went from bad to worse after the 1967 Six-Day War.
So they turned against us.
And that's when everything went upside down.
Unfortunately, there were some atrocities as well, too. That's how we bonded together. And up till today, this bond is still there because we all were in the same situation. We all had to survive and make it out safely.
The students, there must be more than 1,000 of us all together now, spread out in the world.
When we meet, we still care for each other. We still share that history, all of us together.
I'm really longing to see some of those people that I know. Some of them, got old or they're still young at heart. I don't know. I'm longing for that. All the Jewish people went to that school because it was a private school with very high standard of education.
All the people who were prominent, who wanted their children to have the best upbringing in Iraq, would send their children to our school.
Frank School, which was started by Frank عيني. He started the school for the Jewish community, and every single Jewish boy and girl went there from the age of 3 or 4 until they graduated.
When I left, there were about maybe 3 traffic lights in the whole city. It's a big city. There were a lot of streets were undone. It was dirt.
Our house was right on the river, so you could hear the rippling of the water at night and see the stars.
We used to have a club, a sports club, and we used to go there. I used to go every day between playing ping pong, tennis, basketball, volleyball, running.
We go to the cinema together, and we had a lot of parties, dancing parties in the homes.
We were very modern. You know, we were catching up with Elvis Presley at the time, the Beatles, the Twist, of course, when it first came out.
So my father is Abdullah Obadia, and he was the principal of the school until its closure somewhere around 1973. My father had, when he took over the school, had a vision. The objective was to prepare really a generation of Jewish students for education in the West.
At age 5, we were in first grade. We learned the alphabet in Arabic, English, French, and Hebrew. Because I think they were very aware of how important education was.
It brings a lot of memories back. Things that I forgot, but I do recognize a few faces. She's here.
And we remove the glass.
There was no encouragement, there were marks. You excel because you have to pass, and not just pass, but you make big marks. And it is harsh, I know it is harsh, but, you know, they made it.
I'm sure everybody told you that. Very strict, very.
You did something bad, you have to open your hands and get a stick on it, a ruler, but not on the flat part, on the sharp part.
He said, you're laughing at what I'm saying, you're smiling. I said, no, and slapped me on my face.
We are taking pictures now of the graduates of Frank عيني of 1965. Please, all the graduates of 65. 66? Sorry, 66.
The school gave us a sense of normalcy in an environment that is hardly normal.
We were in a way protected, and we did not realize that, you know, how protected we are.
Arab governments, led and directed by President Nasser, methodically prepared and mounted an aggressive assault designed to bring about Israel's immediate and total destruction.
So telephones were cut for all the Jewish homes. Jews were expelled from positions with government or quasi-government agencies.
People were kicked out of their jobs. They were too proud to say they had no money. They started to have trouble with food. So some kids fainted at school from hunger.
After '67, there were more consistent harassments, if you like. You know, local kids, neighborhoods that, you know, reacting to anti-Jewish propaganda. So life was getting a little difficult for the Jewish kids after '67.
I just thought for myself, they're gonna kill us. They're gonna be after us. You know how when you are so anxious, you will think they know you, oh, you're Jewish, I'm coming after you.
The situation started to get worse and worse and worse. They killed some men and hanged them in the square, and millions came and cheered.
Escape networks, if you like, started taking shape. Jewish families were able to use some of these networks to escape. Of course, the student population started decreasing noticeably in the classes. So, every day, every week you come in and 2 or 3 students are not showing up.
I graduated from university, there's no jobs, there's nothing to do. So we were really desperate, waiting for the day to leave.
I escaped through Kurdistan with a family that accepted to take me because I was definitely leaving alone without my parents. And really, honestly, I didn't know if I would ever see them again.
We had to wear the black veil to pretend that we're Muslims, but we were wearing miniskirts underneath. We drove for 4 hours from midnight until 4. And the driver was telling us, if you see anybody with a gun, you must duck. It's like, what's going to happen to us?
Now, even this weekend, all our classmates and friends are talking how fortunate we are that we have not only immigrated, but survive in a big way because of our education.
Because we all left with nothing. And had it not been for our education, we would not have been able to advance in life.
It was a place of comfort for us, of happiness for us. That's how we bonded together.
It seems like it's like family, like we're, a big family. And the more time passes, the more you realize how precious this was.